Good afternoon. Now let's start our talk show episode 72. The only things that stand between you and your dream is the will to try and believe that is actually possible. It's a beautiful quote quoted by Joel Brown. So with this quote, I would like to bring our talk show named Conversation with Consultants with episode 72 of our guest talk series. Good evening, everyone. I am Rima Kumari, ECR coordinator of SKNG, and I am your host for today's talk show. Sound come karo. Before we begin our talk show, let me briefly introduce SK Associates and Group. We are an ISO certified management consulting firm registered under the MSMED Act 2006 with the Government of India. Our mission is to providing consulting service to student entrepreneur globally, covering such as area compliance, operations, marketing, research and development, human capital, strategic and operations. Our, our, our passion lies in helping these budding entrepreneurs bringing their dreams and life and contribute to global economics growth. Entrepreneurship is a catalyst for change and innovation. It's a powerful force that can reshape industries, transforms life, and make the world better place. We are committed to supporting student entrepreneurs on their journey, equipping them with the tools, knowledge, and network they need to succeed. Now, we are before we begin our show, let's take a moment to introduce our guest for today. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome Dr. Fatma Maleta, founder Royal Travels and Investments Company of Global Goodwill Ambassador to the special events. We are truly honored by your presence today and we are delighted to have you here in this talk show to share your insights with us. We could like to start this interview. Our first question for you: what work does your customers want to finish? Ma'am, kindly unmute yourself.
Okay. Good afternoon, good morning. I'm not sure what time is there, so and good evening too. Thank you for this beautiful opportunity. My name's Dr. Ambassador Fatma Maleta, and I'm from Tanzania. And I'm the founder of Very Travel and Investment Company. I'm also a writer and also an entrepreneur. And can you kindly please repeat the question? So I kind of what? Um, can you please repeat the question on?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Okay.
What work does your customer want to finish?
Usually my customers are. First of all, Royal Travel and Investment Company is a startup in Tanzania that actually deals with investment projects, and we actually deal with different investment. Especially currently, I'm doing like real estate and as a broker. So most of the customers are looking to rent, to sell, or to buy properties, and they're looking to get the best service that is reliable and fast forward and also secured. So I think every customer is looking for security in a business, is looking for trust, that they can trust you to solve their problems and through the services. So entrepreneurship is about looking for a challenge or a problem in the community and trying to find a solution that can be impactful in the community. So as Royal Travel Investment Company, we try to deal with investment issues for people who are looking to invest in Tanzania, and also for startups that are looking to kind of join in. So I think that's what we are actually dealing with right now.
Nice,
Thank you.
ma'am. Moving with the next question, what task does your customer do every day?
My customers usually are always looking for either properties or investment deals. So they're always searching for properties. They're always comparing prices and to see what favorable deals they can get and that are affordable and also that are reliable. Also, security, investment opportunities. Not every investment is worth investing, so you have to get consultation on what investment are suitable and how long it can manifest, and also it can build profit, or what kind of risks are associated with the investment. So you don't just invest, you just have to look at the if this investment is going to meet up with your goals. So every customer has their own goals, whether it's a business or commercial investment or it's a personal investment, but they're always looking for something that is reliable and that will actually help them to grow further, so and meet their needs also. Yeah, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your next question is, what is the main problem your customer want to solve?
My customers are always trying to solve the problem of finding reliable investments and properties. I think that is actually a very big problem if you just go around and meet scams or just invest in the wrong project. So it could be losses, there could be delay, there is risk. So my clients are mostly and customers are mostly looking to solve that such kind of problem. So the first thing they would actually ask is this organization reliable? Are you reliable to handle my case and stuff? So that is it. So if the customer trusts you enough and they feel safe with you, then and you have that relationship that with the customer, then it's going to be a very long term business. Most people are just looking to make profit, not to build relationship. But I think relationship is very important in any business, because if you build a good relationship, then you're gonna have a long-term customer. But if you're like looking for profit, then you're gonna have short-term customer. But long-term customers are the best because they are gonna recommend other people to come for your business and investments also. So yeah, thank you, Rima. I think I'm done with that question.
Yes, ma'am. Nice. Moving with next question, what product or service are you giving to the customer?
Okay. We offer consultancy services, so on especially business consultancy, and also we provide uh, investment options and a variety of investment options for you to check in. And especially currently in real estate, we are looking in different properties in Tanzania and also Zanzibar. So a lot of projects and investment in that area. Also, we offering hosting, like if you have an event you want to do with our company or business, then we are also doing that. So yeah, we just follow up everything for the customer from the start to the end. Yeah. I think we can move to the next question.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next question is, what is the main feature of your product or service?
What is that?
What is the main feature of your product or service?
Okay. The main feature is to find the right client for the customer and to be able to offer that to them. So we are always looking for, I think, finding the right clients and investors. It's kind of hard because you have to look at a lot of aspects and factors to be able to do that. But to find investors and clients that are going to like reduce less stress, and they can work to the final of the project. So I think that is it. Like finding the right properties also, people who are looking to rent, to buy, to sell, and also without stress, delay, and losing money. I think that's.
Nice. Ma'am, with the next question is why should the customer choose your product or service?
Why should the customer choose a product or service? First, reliability. We are also we when we take on a project, we make sure that we handle it from the start to the end. Also, we ensure security, like we give you consultancy on what projects are best to invest in, what not to invest in, what not to actually take on, and what kind of losses that you might incur. So we're still a startup here, but we are also expanding slowly because we are getting clients nowadays, not even outside of Tanzania, that are interested. We're getting projects that we're working on in different countries also. So it's a very good progress for a startup company to be able to go beyond the country, even though it's still a startup. So I think that's it.
Great. Moving with next question. What extra value does your product give that others do not give?
What?
What extra value does your product give that others do not give?
What extra value? I think working with us alone is an extra value. We only deal with very high class clients. So we until we take on your project, it's like we have to do a lot of research verifications. We have to make sure that it's worth it to take on that, to just have that investment. I think that's what attracts very high value clients. So the way you put your market, the way you put it, like I only work with this kind of customers, I only work with this kind of clients. So that's how it makes us very different. It makes us um, exposed. It makes us more learning. We're always looking for challenges. We're always growing, because when you deal with high clients, it's like they have a lot of demands, and yeah, they can have that. But also, they are looking for the best. So it's just arguing you to become the best, to always think the best, to just be the best in the game. So I think that's what really makes us extra. And also we have exceptional customer service. So we make sure like we handle your project from the start to the finish to handle it to the client. So we that's why one of the thing we don't like hanging projects. It's like we call them hanging projects. So we just like to take on a project, finish it to the end. So I think a lot of people are talking more and not delivering. So when you have a business or a startup, it's actually very good to be able to deliver what you're saying, to be able to reach out. If you're this is the service that you're offering, make sure you do it to the best, so that the clients keep coming, the clients keep getting satisfied to reach back to you. So one of the successes for any business is to for a client coming back after and after having a client for years. It's like it's easy to get a customer for a day, but it's very hard to keep a client for or a customer for years. So that's a very big achievement if you're a startup and you're able to actually keep your customers long term. So just don't just look at the profit only. Make sure that you keep your customers long term. They'll bring in more profit and more projects for you. So yeah.
Great. Moving with next question. What mistakes does your customer want to avoid?
What mistakes?
What mistakes does your customer want to avoid?
I think my customers are they actually don't like stress at all. So I don't know if that's a mistake, but the way you approach them, the way you handle their projects, the way you want to have more projects with them, it's just they don't want that because they get a lot of calls. They get a lot of people that are doing into investments, are doing into brokerage. So you have to handle them with so much care that they keep coming back. They keep. So I think they don't want a lot of fears like, oh, I'm gonna lose money, I'm gonna do this. So they just want to know that I'm gonna handle a project or I'm gonna leave a project and this person is reliable, is gonna handle it for a lot of people with have a lot of issues and a lot of things on their mind. They don't want more stress adding on. So if you're saying that your product maybe is an investment company, make sure you have the right projects, you have the right partners, you have the right investors coming in. You just have it all right. Make sure it's okay to go beyond such. Look at what your competitors are doing. Look at what other companies like you are doing. Just make sure you have it. You know what makes you different, what makes you extraordinary, that makes someone not to want another company, but to want to just work with you. So it's like someone might recommend another company, but they're like, no, I only work with this one. That's it. So.
It sounds good. Moving with next question. What feedback have you received from early users?
Hmm. What feedback have I received from early users?
Yes,
So it wasn't so good feedback at first. So I've been handling startups before, and it's not easy. Honestly, it's very hard. You got to do the pitching, convince people. You got to do the marketing. There's a lot to learn if you're looking to do a startup or to have a startup. It's not stressful. It's you, but you have to have the resilience to keep moving like startups, or you gotta have the resilience, you gotta have the patience, or it's actually maybe I forgot even the question. I kind of talk too much sometimes. Yeah, but anyway, I'm just trying to share an experience. It's not easy, and a lot of people give up so soon, but you have to keep pushing, you have to keep learning a lot of skills, how to negotiate, how to make sales, how to do your accounting. You can just have someone do it, but you have to have those skills, you have to learn it also, because one day you might have someone supporting you, some days you might not have that kind of support, so you might need to do it on your own. So you might have to, people might not cheer for you, but you have to keep the mind, the goals, the mission, and you have to keep going. So yeah, I don't know if I I answered your question, Rima.
yes, ma'am. Moving with next question. How do you keep the affordable while delivering value?
Okay, first of all, for us, it starts to learn about the customer, what kind of customer you are dealing with, to handle like their challenges, and to put in like what impact you're going to actually put into the customer's life. Sometimes I think people don't actually have a problem paying more if you show them that your product or your service deserves more. But if you start from cheap, then you're gonna attract cheap customers. Unless it's if you do it more, there is also affordable is okay, like you are not trying to get high clients, you're also not trying to get too much low price, so it could be in the middle. So it depends what kind of business you someone is doing and what kind of customers they're trying to attract, or what kind of so that then you actually have to know your customer. You have to know their persona, there's whatever they're dealing with. You have to be empathetic, and whatever issues that you're trying to solve for them. So I think when you're trying to, or you're solving a project that is impacting the community, there is always a customer. There's always a problem out there that needs a solution. So if you're looking into entrepreneurship, it's always easy to start. Just look at something in your community that needs a solution. You could even be an entrepreneur, humanitarian. It's always, once I also do humanitarian work, so I understand that a lot of people are looking into other kind of careers, but there is also a lot of opportunities there, because all you have to do is just like make someone's life better. And entrepreneurship is like you're making someone's life better, but you're getting a pay out of it. So humanitarian is you're making it better, but you might not get paid. You might get paid in form of career. You might get paid in form of other kind of funding. People might offer to support you in stuff, in things to do your project. So eventually it's always easy to start, but it's always hard if you're not starting. That's the thing I can say. If you don't start, you'll never know how easy it is to start. But if you start, then it's gonna get hard, but you have started something. You're gonna learn, you're gonna keep going, you're gonna keep growing. And yeah, it's not the same as someone who has not done something completely. So yeah, experience is everything.
Nice,
Okay.
ma'am. Moving with
Yeah.
next question, how do you balance profit goals with social responsibility?
How do I balance profit goals with social responsibilities? Well, I always, personally, I always have like, um, I don't know how to say, like, I always have like a way to put on my prices. It's like a budgeting. I use some app like to do that, and also I have some trackers that I put in, or whatever client, the number, the profit, how I can. Um, it's like trackers, pitches, templates. You need to have that. That's why I say that you need to learn skills like that. They are always available. There are free ones. There are also paid ones. So it depends. But if you have like something to track on, what kind of profit you're looking for, what kind of future profit, what kind of estimate, when do you see your business growing, in what time, you have to put like a probability estimations, like in 5 years I want my business to be here, in 10 years I want my business to be here, I want it to earn this kind of profit, I want to earn this kind of thing, these are the kind of investment I've put on. I need to make a profit of this kind. So you need to have all those things set up. Otherwise, you're just doing business for nothing. So unless you are trying to make an impact in the community, that's not bad. So if you're creating a solution that is free, that's not bad. But if you're trying to make some profit, whether it's big or little, you need to have a tracker. You need to have budgeting. You need to have that. You need to know where your business will be. You need to see it on yourself as an entrepreneur. You need to see it first. You need to believe in it. You have to have the vision that this is where I want to be, because everyone wants a leader who has a vision. You can just follow someone and you don't even know where you're going. Otherwise you're going to stumble and you're going to crash in the way. Like, that's it.
Nice. Moving with next question, how do you measure the success for your goodwill projects?
How do I?
How do you measure the success of your goodwill projects?
Well, I mentioned the success through the impact, actually. Well, most of the goodwill projects are through the impacting. Actually, when I started, it didn't become so big. I was just starting because I wanted to solve something in the community. I was touched whether it's like maybe I see children, they need something, so we'd host fundraisings, or we would start a project with just like different youth who just meet up. Let's do this, let's solve this and this. So eventually it just got, I was doing it in Tanzania, then it went out. I like then I started having a large following. I would close my account sometime and I would still be back and it would still be full. I like have 2 to 3 accounts and they would still be full, and I'm having like requests. It's because the impact, it's like when you keep doing something and it reaches some people's lives, it touches their lives. They just become like, oh, this is someone I want to work with, this is someone I trust, this is someone I can actually do some projects with. So you might even get opportunities in places you never even imagine. That's why I always say, like, start. If you have a passion, for example, you want to do something, maybe to give out food, there's always opportunities. Go online, search. There's always apps I always share to people. There is free rides. You can actually donate by playing games. You want to plant trees, you can always use different apps. There is Trees for Nation. There is a lot of apps. Just go there and search. You want to feed people, you don't have money, just go there on Google, search it. I want to do this, I want to do this. They're going to give you suggestions. They're going to give you more suggestions. And I also try to share on my social medias whenever I can, to just get a lot of people to come in and volunteer on different projects. So sometimes you might be volunteering and some paid experience might come from there, or you could get an experience from there. So you but you shouldn't put like money as the goal. You just have to, like, I want to do an impact, and maybe a paid project might come, and that's good. But a lot of people are like, oh, I want to work maybe in the UN, I want to do this, but you don't even want to, like, you don't even want to start. You don't even want to do the projects. You don't want to put the work. You just want it easy. It doesn't work like that. It might take years in the humanitarian field, and you might not earn a single cent, but you keep getting the impact, and eventually people are going to trust you. You're going to get donors, you're going to get stuff like that. So they're going to be able to fund you and stuff, but they have to see what you are putting out there, so if you are doing human rights things, you have to show, this is what I'm doing. This is the kind of impact I'm doing. I'm reaching out to children, maybe, and stuff. So next time you say, maybe I want to start a foundation, someone might just come out of nowhere and say, oh, I want to be a partner. Do you need more partners? Yeah, and stuff. You might find yourself owning an organization and doing more impact. So people only reach out when you have something that you have started. Most people don't want just you to talk. They want to see what you are putting out there, like they want to see, oh, this person is already doing it, huh? I can do with them, I can partner with them. Then other NGOs will come following you, partners will come following you, business will want to invest in you. You have to put your value out there, so as others can see and share with you. And once they share with you, you're gonna do tremendously amazing work. So yeah.
Great. Moving with next question, how do you stay updated on global travel trends and regulations?
Oh, how do I stay updated? Well, I usually work with global agencies, and for example, like IATA, I took on some courses. I'm always learning, actually. So I am always learning. I always hire people who have the experience sometimes, because I can't like handle everything alone. But also, it's only like in investments also, if someone is looking for a travel experience, or they're looking to book and stuff, so I have to have the knowledge to be able to share it to them. Because for example, someone comes, I want to maybe to travel to Tanzania, or I want to travel to Zanzibar, maybe I need a ticket, I need everything covered for me. So I need to have that, and need to have the connection to be able to facilitate that for them. So if you don't learn more skills, you don't have the agencies, you don't have the international accreditations, it's kind of hard, because how are you gonna make bookings? How are you gonna reach out to people? If you don't keep updated on prices like accommodations, hotel prices, car rentals, travels, what investment opportunities are out there, you won't know what to say to the client. And when a client notices like you are not sure, they're gonna run away. It's like sales. In sales, when you're selling to a client, you have to know your product, you have to know your service, and you have to be sure about it. Otherwise, it's a really great loss, because the client will be like, oh, she's not sure herself. How is she gonna handle my case? How can I trust her with this opportunity? How can I work with her? So I think in the end is very important, and liability also. Yeah.
Some good. Moving with the next question. So, what qualities do you look for when hiring new teams members?
Currently, honestly, I'm not hiring, but inshallah, in the future, I have a lot of projects that I'm looking to hire. But if I used to do that before, maybe what I actually I self motivation, like someone is willing to put in the work, they're willing to learn. For me, it's not only about someone getting employment. You have to have goals yourself, you know. I don't mind if you're like working with me and you say, I want to have my own business in future. I want to learn something from this person I want to learn. So for me, the fact that you are motivated to grow, whether it's personally or individually and professionally, that's something really nice. I think a lot of people with more stable companies should actually look into that, you know. If someone is more self motivated, whether they have the experience or not, and they're looking to learn, they should be given opportunity to share what they have and to learn more, you know. Then it would have been a very better world. But a lot of people are looking for qualities and experience, and you might get someone that is really amazing, but they don't have that. So they need to be trained, they need to be nurtured. I have also had people who have trained me to become this way. It's not just like I erupted from somewhere. No, it doesn't work that way. So you need like to have a coach, a mentor, someone that can actually help you out, to train you, to help you, to support you. You can just do it on your own. You don't have the experience, you don't have the knowledge. You need to get all that, and it takes time, you know. Everything takes time. It's not just something you wake up and brah, you just erupt. No, you need to learn that, because foundation is so important. Once you have a strong foundation, then you can build something really strong in near future. Yeah, so if you're like looking to start an NGO, you have to like have mentors, people you look at up to, who are doing such kind of thing that you are inspired to do. You need to follow such people, you need to see what they're doing, you know, to see where you can learn from them. You need, sometimes you need even to have courage. You are writing a book, for example, and you see someone is a best-selling author and you're not, and you know how to write. You go and reach out to them. Hi, I have a book I want to write. Can we partner? Can we? Whether they say no, yes, it's at least you gave it an opportunity. You know, you tried. It's better to like try than to live with regrets. You know. Yeah, I think we need to be bold enough and more confident to take on opportunities. Don't be afraid. Someone has maybe is working on a very big organization or a company. Maybe even Google, you need to like, you like, oh, I have an organization, maybe even SK Group. You can say, oh, I want a partnership with Google. It's not bad to be bold, you know. You have to just look at the missions and you have to see if you have. I've seen people who are motivated and they reach more far in life. If you're motivated, like I don't take no for an answer, I want to do this, I want to start this, then you can go farther. So I think self motivation is something I really look in, whether I'm doing a project, whether I'm doing an organization, whether I'm hiring, whether I'm taking on anything, because the rest can be, can be gotten. For example, someone has a master's degree, a bachelor's degree. A lot of people have that. So it might not make you unique in the hiring world. But if you are motivated to learn, I'm like, I don't know, but I want to learn. So maybe you might not. I actually wasn't, for example, before I started my company, I wasn't a broker before. But then I started learning. I was like, I started into Dubai real estate, and I'm like, oh, there is money out there. Oh, I want to study. Then I'm like in Zanzibar real estate. I'm like, oh, then I can make more money. I should look into this. I wasn't sales before, but I'm like, I applied for a post and they trained me, and I'm able to make sales. So there are a lot of opportunities when you have the skills, when you learn the skills. There are a lot of sales jobs, there are a lot of virtual assistant jobs that people are making money just working from home, just working part time. So if you learn the skills and you are able to be more confident and take on roles, then you're gonna go far in life. Yeah. Sorry, Rima, I kind of talked a lot.
It sounds good now. Moving with the next question, what advice could you give a young woman wanting to start travel company?
Just start. You don't know how to start, then learn how to start. That's it. Just start. A lot of people, like, for example, I'm gonna say for us women, where like we have a lot of limitations. We sometimes are put by society, but sometimes we put on ourselves. We have like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not perfect, I can't do this, I have a family, maybe someone is married and like, I can start a business when I'm married. No, there are people who are married and they have successful businesses. There are people who, oh, I don't have I can start a business because I'm single. I got a single mother. Maybe someone might have a lot of excuses. Those are just excuses you put for yourself for you not to start. But you need to set the excuses aside and say, I want to start this. I want to start. Sometimes it may not be something big. It may not be there, maybe a travel company, but you can start something. You could even start a juice company. It could be, look at something within your budget that you can start, that you think that can elevate you. You can even start a juice company, brand it, market it. You can put it out there, and it could help you earn the money. The goal is to reach out what you're looking for. Look for free courses. Stop the excuses. Like I don't like excuses because they're gonna limit you and put you backwards. So if you're like maybe a single mother or a woman, look at the women who are in the same category as you. Like maybe you're a single mother, you're at home, you don't have hope and stuff. Start searching for successful single mothers. Start being inspired what they do. People, if have clubs like women clubs, social clubs, start looking for groups. I think Facebook is one of the biggest marketing social media, I mean, in the world. So I checked out, Facebook has almost like 4 point something billion people. So, and it's actually free. You can post something on Facebook and almost not everyone might see it, but it could start there. So, if you're looking for something, maybe you want to start a travel business, go there in the travel groups, search what other travel groups are doing. If you're looking for a social cause, go and search free volunteering groups, what people are doing. If you're looking for a virtual job, go and search free virtual jobs that I can do on part time. If you're looking to write a book, go and search author groups. Search something that you feel like aligns with you and in your category and start. That's it. No more excuses. You can do it. You can just start. So believe in yourself. Okay.
Great, ma'am. Moving with next question. What made you start Royal Travels and Investments?
Uh, well, I can say I'm not someone who sees myself so much as employed. So whenever I'm like taking a job, I'm like looking to learn a skill. So I would set my goals. I think everybody needs to have goals. So I once went to a training, and this woman, she had a company. I didn't have a company by then, so she was training other women, and I looked at to her, and she like told us to write our goals. So we had like, I think that was something really new, and a lot of women still don't know. So we had like to write our goals, and there were kind of four goals. There was a personal goal, business goal, and a relationship goal, and a career goal. So when once I went to the training and learned, so it's like you have to have a relationship goal, what kind of relationships you want to put in your life, like whether it's family relationship, friends, or romantic relationship. What kind of partner do you see yourself with? Do they align with what you want and stuff? You need to like analyze your relationship goals, so that when someone comes and they do not meet what you're looking for, then that has to go. You have to have that. In business goal, you have to align what business you want to do, what kind of goals you want, the mission. You need to set up your business. It might not start now, but you need to have a plan. Like, in 5 years, I want this business to stand, and this is what I'm going to do to make it stand. I'm going to learn negotiating. I'm going to take courses. I'm going to look at for groups. I'm going to look at for partnership, connection, people who I can work with to make this all work. I'm going to read books. Read books. I repeated read books because books are really a source of knowledge for a lot of people. And nowadays, luckily, there is free books everywhere. Like, you can buy, but they're also free, knowledgeable, printable books you can even read. So read as much as you can, because knowledge is limitless. Knowledge will take you to places you can never imagine. It's like nowadays you have a skill, maybe you have accounting skill. You might get even a job, for example, in Dubai, in Canada. They might be looking for an accountant. And just because of your skill, you might be able to go there because you learned it. They're looking for that skill. They're looking because you have that kind of value. Make yourself a valuable person. Whenever you step, wherever you go, you have to make yourself valuable. People should like, when you reach there, they have to remember you. You have to make yourself noticeable. You go to an event, make sure you reach out, you speak out, you connect with people, you talk to people about yourself, about your skills, what you're doing. You never know who will inspire you. You never know who will pull you up from where you are. You never know who will elevate you from there. You never know who could be your next business partner. Maybe you're looking around and you're at an event and they're there, and you never have an idea. So speak out. We have a tendency, like for us girls, when we go somewhere, we have this like, "Oh, I can speak out." We speak so slowly. Nobody listens to, like, "Oh, I can speak out loud." But when we are alone in our rooms, we can speak loud. So you need to make your voice, train yourself to speak, not too loud, but you have to be heard. You can speak loud and not be heard, but you have to learn to train yourself to be heard, to make people hear you. And people hear women when they are more confident, when they are more confident, and when they are confident in their presence, they are confident in the way they speak. When you start speaking as a woman, and you're a woman of knowledge, people will notice that. And when you start speaking nonsense, people will notice that. So someone might stay in the room and listen to what you're saying, because it is something of value, and it will give you spaces. You might go in rooms. I've had I went to this UN meeting one time. I was invited, and I went there, and there was a lot of men around, and I'm like, oh, I'm like the only woman, and are in the boardroom, more jobs that are in decision making, more jobs that are in speaking. We need to speak out. If you don't speak out, if you don't, nobody's going to do that, you know. And in the end, we're going to complain like men are making rules for us, men are talking about us, for us. Well, we can do that, but the only way you can do it is to pave in those rooms, in the boardroom, in policy rooms where laws are made, in parliaments, in places where our rights are there. If we are not there and we are there, or we are present there and we are speaking nonsense and we are not adding any value, then that's it. There are a lot of women that we are pulling down, you know. But if we are in those kind of rooms and we are doing something that is valuable, there are a lot of women that we're going to pull up, we're going to empower through the decisions that we make. So we have to learn to be in those rooms, no more being scared. Look at people who are more successful, remove their fears. We need to get going. We need to reach in those rooms. We need to reach out so that we can help these young girls that are coming in, who are looking out. You know, I want to be an engineer. They have to make sure there is engineers they can look up to. I want to be a member of parliament. There has to be enough women member of parliament who they can look up to. I want to be a president. We still need a lot of women presidents to look up to, you know. We still need that to fill in. There's still a gap. We still lucky enough when these times where social media are present and we are able even to get knowledge, to go to schools, to even be able to access these opportunities. Before, we didn't have these opportunities. There are women who have stood up for us to get these opportunities, and we have to stand up to get more opportunities, because there's still girls, there's still young girls, there's still young women who cannot access these opportunities all over the world. So I think we need more people to do that. Yeah.
You sound good, ma'am.
Yeah.
Moving ahead, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to Dr. Fatma Maleta for being our guest for today's conversation with consultants. Your presence and engagement helps to make this event successful. Thank you for providing insight into your exciting journey.
Thank you very much too. I really appreciate, and
Ma'am, kindly unmute yourself, ma'am.
I'd like to thank you all for giving me this opportunity. And thank you so much, Rima Kumari, for being here and being our host for today, and our public relation team. And thank you so much, SK Associates and Groups. And actually, someone is a lawyer and they talk to me, but I kind of forgot the name because it's Indian. You have to remind me, Rima. So I really need to
Um,
thank her also for the opportunity. Maybe if the public relation team can unmute herself also, I would really appreciate to thank you. And thank you for this impactful discussion. And looking forward to doing more projects. And thank you so much. This is a really inspiring and passionate experience for me. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Further, we would also like to thank our audience for listening patiently throughout this event. Thank you everyone for joining with us today and hope that everyone gains some knowledge from this event. Looking ahead, we are excited to announce that our next episode 73 conversation with consultants held be next will be held soon. We hope to see you all there. Thank you and we look forward to reconnecting with you again. Do subscribe our YouTube channel and follow our social media handles to stay connected with us. Goodbye and have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.